Hey Horizon kids! Welcome
to
vlog
number
33.
3.
Woo!
Welcome guys to Horizon Kids Sunday vlog number 33. We're so glad that you're watching with us this morning or whenever it is you're watching.
Maybe it's Sunday morning, maybe it's Saturday evening.
Who knows? Either way, no matter what, we're so glad that you're watching and hanging out with us on YouTube, wherever you might be watching from as well. Maybe you're over near our Princeton campus and you're watching from there or somewhere in that general area. Maybe you're near our Surrey campus area. Maybe you're in person on our Surrey campus right now. Shout out to you guys.
Woo! Or maybe you're watching from Abbotsford and you're Carly's mum.
Maybe.
Hello!
Hey mom, thanks for watching. Aww. Well, we've got some fun for you guys today and we're excited to get into it.
We are so excited.
But before we continue, make sure if you aren't already that you have liked this video, you've subscribed to our channel.
Subscribe. Pew 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 pew. Or pew 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 pew.
Whichever one. Make sure you do that. We've got other fun things that come out sometimes throughout the week, every now and then. And if you're subscribed, then you will be notified when we put something new out.
Yeah,
and
so good.
Of course, we have our Sunday vlogs every single Sunday.
Every single Sunday, Carly.
And our so-and-so show every single Saturday.
Wow, so good.
So lots of fun for you guys to watch out for. And as mentioned, we are now doing in-person kids services at our Surrey campus.
So fun. Yep, we had a bunch of you guys join us last week and we had a great time.
It was awesome.
We got to play some games together.
We did. Yep, it was really fun to see some of our friends again and we would love to see all of you guys. So if you're able to, you can register to be part of that kids program. We only have 18 spots available at each service and we've got 2 services every week. So you gotta sign up, you gotta get your parents to register and then they register you separately for the kids, for Horizon Kids, and then you come and hang out with us and it's awesome.
Yeah, because COVID.
Yeah, everything's different, but we're still trying to have some fun because
I think we are having fun.
I think we're having fun because here at Horizon Kids, we love fun, don't we?
Yes, because we are where the party's at.
That's right, where the party's at. Speaking of parties, we're doing something fun. Should we tell them about the fun thing that we're doing?
Maybe till next week.
I think we have to tell them this week.
Oh, okay. Let's tell them.
Okay, we'll tell you. You know, one of the things that I have been missing so much from Horizon Kids.
Tell me, Carly, what have we been missing at Horizon Kids?
The parties. I mean, we threw good parties, didn't we?
We did.
Okay.
We had summer party minis.
Yes, but that was so long ago.
But we missed so many of our parties this year.
I'm ready for another party, and fall is almost over, so I think it's time for a fall party. Yeah. It's gonna be great.
It's coming up.
Let's check out this video to tell you what we're doing. This is an announcement for all of our Horizon Kids fam. We're gonna be doing something really fun this Saturday on October 31st. I don't know about you guys, but I've really been missing our Horizon Kids parties. And so we're gonna have a Horizon Kids fall party drive-through style. On Saturday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., you can come by the church and we will give you a big bag full of candy because the best part of a party is always the candy, right? So you can register to sign up for your candy bag by going to horizonfam.ca and clicking on the calendar. And then we'll know you're coming through, we'll have a candy bag ready for you, and we cannot wait to see you on Saturday. So there you go, that's the fun we're gonna have for our fall party drive-through edition. And I mean, honestly, the best part of a party is candy. Obviously, so good. Love me some candy. So
she loves candy.
We want to bring that part of the party to you guys. We want to send you home with a bag full of candy.
Favorite type of candy, go.
Oh, sour cherry blasters.
Cherry blasters. Oh, I love Skittles.
You? Skittles? Yeah, he does love Skittles.
I love Skittles, especially that tropical kind they've just come out
Yeah.
with. Oh, it's so good.
So good. Well, make sure you check our Instagram page.
@_horizonkids.
That's right. Get your parents to be checking their emails for more information on the fall party drive-through. We would love to see all of you guys there. And if you are a junior leader, make sure your parents check your email for some fun things that we're doing with the junior leaders for this fall party drive-through.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you a part of it.
Yeah, there's some fun things for junior leaders to be a part of.
Very fun.
So good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, I think we're gonna head into birthday shout outs. Because we've got some fun birthdays, some people that we're so excited to celebrate. So here we go. Who's first?
Here we go. Well, first off, we have Eden turning 4.
Turning 4. Happy
That's crazy.
birthday,
Happy
Eden.
birthday, Eden.
So exciting. And also turning 4, we have Francis.
Woo.
Happy birthday, Francis.
Happy birthday.
Very exciting.
Next up, we have Adeline turning,
Eden's sister,
just turned 8.
8 years old.
It's very exciting.
Happy 8th birthday to Adeline. So exciting.
So exciting. Next
Then
up,
we've got turning 11 years old. Happy birthday to Kaylee.
happy birthday, Kaylee. And next up, we have Ben turning 13. Teenager.
What?
Here he
Happy
is.
13th birthday, Ben. So exciting. One of our awesome junior leaders as well.
So good.
Very cool.
And finally, we have Roman turning 15.
15. Happy birthday, Roman.
Happy birthday, bud.
So
Have
awesome.
a great week.
So happy birthday to all of those people who we just named. If you know them, why don't you give them a call, FaceTime, send them a message
It's a
or
great idea.
a letter in the mail. Just make them feel really special on their birthday.
So good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, what are we doing next, Carly?
Well, next we would normally do the weird holiday, but we're gonna do something different this week. Hope you guys are ready. We're gonna play a game, and this game has it's a fun game,
Yeah.
but it also leads really well into our message and Bible story for today.
Okay, I'm listening.
So we're gonna play a game of true or false movie plot edition. So how this game works is I will give you the name of a movie,
Okay.
and I'll tell you a very basic plot line of
Okay.
this movie. If you think that this is an actual movie, you stand up, but you can just say what you think it is.
Okay.
So you guys watching, stand up if you think
Maybe I'll
it's
go like
true.
false,
Okay.
true. False, true.
Okay, sounds good.
False, true.
Yeah, we got it. All right. So, if you think that the movie title and plot line that I'm describing is an actual real movie,
Yep.
then you stand up.
True.
If you think that it's fake and I totally made it up, then sit down to say that it's false.
False.
That's right.
Okay. I got it. I can do this.
Okay, you got it. So stand up if you think it's true.
True.
Sit down if you think it's
False.
Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Let's go to the movies.
I'm going to the movies.
All right, first movie. Ready?
Yep.
The movie is called If You Knew Susie.
Okay. I don't
So
recognize it.
the plot is that 2 retired actors find a letter from George Washington, which allows them to inherit $1 billion. Do you think that If You Knew Susie is a true movie, or is it false and I totally made it up?
I'm gonna go with true. Sounds a bit like National Treasure.
All right, so those of you watching, make your decision. Stand up if you think it's true, sit down if you think it's false. And the answer is, it It is a true movie.
Woo!
All right.
Wow.
Good job, Jacob. Let's do another one. Here we go. The movie title is When Lightning Strikes. And the plot goes like this. A wonder dog named Lightning saves his master's property from being invaded. Do you think that that movie is true, or did I totally make that up?
I'm gonna go true.
All right. So stand up if you think it's true, sit down if you think it's false.
I think my head's cut off.
The
Sorry.
answer is true.
Oh, yes.
It is a real movie.
Wow.
Okay.
I think I'd prefer to watch the first one rather than that one.
Yeah. All right. Movie number 3 is called Bingo Without an O. And the plot goes like this. An out-of-work clown named Bing competes in the National Dog Show in disguise. Is that a real movie, or did I make that up?
I mean, these all sound kind of plausible so far, so I'm gonna go true.
Oh, he's going true. All right, you guys out there, make your decision. And the answer is false.
Oh.
This one is completely made up, not true whatsoever.
Oh.
But, you know, if any of you are
Poor
aspiring movie makers.
Wait, was Bing his name or the dog's name?
It was the clown's name.
Okay.
An out-of-work clown competes in the National Dog Show in disguise. So, I mean, if any of you want to, you know, take a very minimal storyline and run with it, go for it. There we go. We gave you some creative inspiration. All right, next one, movie number 4.
Yeah.
Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Mm-hmm.
A father and son attend an afternoon baseball game and magically get transported back 100 years to see Babe Ruth play his first game.
Well, I can picture it, but I'm guessing no. False.
He's going with false. Make sure you guys have locked in your decisions, and the answer is false.
Oh.
That is not a real movie.
3 out of 4. 3 out of 4.
Mm-hmm. Although it sounds like a lot of, you know, your typical baseball movies in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But there you go. Movie number 5. The Creature Wasn't Nice. A crazy scientist and his accomplices tried to capture an alien that sings. Do you think that that is a real movie, or do you think I made that up?
I think you made that up. I'm gonna go false.
Oh, he's going false. All right, lock in your decisions. That movie is true.
Whoa.
That is a
What's
real
it called again?
movie. The Creature Wasn't Nice.
Wow, that's so random.
Right? It's very strange.
Do you know what sort of alien?
No, that's all the information I know about it.
Well.
Movie number 6. Milky Way. A milkman gets into professional boxing after accidentally knocking out a champion boxer. Do you think that's a real movie, or did I totally make it up?
I mean, the name doesn't sound very believable, but I'm gonna guess true. Because
True.
I like the idea of that movie. I'd watch it. True.
All right, he's going with true. What about you guys? The answer is true.
Oh wow, nice.
That is a real movie.
I would watch that, yeah.
Milky
Maybe I'll look that up
Way.
later.
Okay, final movie.
Okay.
Number 7. Peanut Butter and Smelly. A young boy gives another boy a sandwich with a dirty sock in it and has to face the consequences. Is that a real movie, or is it made up?
False.
He thinks it's false. What about you guys? The answer is... It is false.
Oh,
That's made up.
That was a terrible storyline.
A sandwich with a dirty sock in it. That's super
That's
gross.
so random.
Not for me.
No,
Well, there we go. That is our game.
How did you guys do?
How did you guys do? Yeah, did you get a perfect score? Did anybody get all of them correct?
Well, has anyone watched all of them?
I would be really surprised, but
Because
impressed.
there's lots of fake ones?
Yes, that too. And also these movies are so obscure. I'd be interested to know what they're actually like.
Yeah.
I have no idea what any of these movies are like, so I'm not in any way recommending any of them. Just putting that out there. All right, well, the thing is that sometimes it can be hard to tell what is true and what is totally not true and made up and false, which is actually what we've been talking about a lot this month, and specifically we'll be talking about today on our last Sunday in October.
Wow.
So all month long in October, we have been going on the theme of off stage, drop the act.
Yeah. And so all month we've been talking about integrity, which means choosing to be truthful in everything you say and do.
That's right. And we've been looking at the verse all month long in Proverbs chapter 10, verse 9. And that says, anyone who lives without blame walks safely, but anyone who takes a crooked path will get caught.
So good.
And that's kind of what we've been looking at in a lot of different ways this month about what that verse and what integrity can mean for our everyday lives.
Yep.
And we've been learning that integrity means that we are walking truthfully and honestly in everything we do, whether it's seen or nobody sees us.
Whether it's hidden or whether it's in the open.
Yeah, whether it's going to be the popular choice or not. But that always making that choice to be truthful is the right thing to do.
So
and
good.
for our last week in October, do you want to tell us what our bottom line is?
Yeah, our bottom line today is focus on what's true.
Exactly. So focusing on what's true is exactly like that game that we just played. You can try and focus on the things that are true and decipher them from what's made up and false and wrong.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk a bit more about what the Bible can say to help us to do that and how we can do it in our everyday lives, because it's not easy.
No.
Just like we saw in that game, it's not always easy to tell what is true and what is false in this world. So we're going to talk more about that. We're going to watch a Bible story and check it out right now.
This isn't gonna work. I'm gonna do really bad today. I'm gonna forget what I have to say. I might as well just give up. Hi, I'm Graham, and I'm going to fail. Sorry, but I'm just trying to be honest. I'm trying to have integrity. Integrity is choosing to be truthful in whatever you say and do. And the truth is, the speech I have to give later today is going to go badly. I am supposed to talk to a bunch of strangers about different kinds of masks, but every time I give a speech, I get so nervous that everything I want to say comes out wrong. I don't know if this happens to you, but I keep hearing these voices in my head. You're not very good at talking to people.
When you tell jokes, they stink.
Other people are way better at this than you. The more I listen to these voices, the more I believe them. So it's probably better if I don't even do the speech today. Can't mess up if I don't try, right? That way you won't be embarrassed. Good point, teddy bear voice. So in today's story, we're learning about how to control what you think. Like that would be helpful. Wait, would that be helpful?
No. I mean, nay.
Aw, thanks for being honest, weird horse voice. I knew I could count on you.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story. Inspired by the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 8.
Horatio liked to keep track of things in his head. 5 kinds of cereal in the cabinet. 17 braids on his sister Nala's head. 2 voicemail messages left on his parents' landline phone.
Seriously, Mom? You are so stuck in the 1990s.
Horatio was especially good at keeping track of things that went wrong.
Number 1, we're out of chocolate frosted sugar bomb cereal.
Horatio's mother did not always appreciate his lists.
I did not buy that. Your dad bought that.
Number 2, it is freezing in here.
Put on a sweater.
Number 3, Miss Watson is making us do a group project and they are the worst because everyone else drags me down.
Horatio, can you please focus on something positive for once?
Just keeping it real.
Oh, I know about positive stuff. Miss Christie told us.
Horatio's little sister Nala began rummaging around in the stacks of random paper on the counter.
There is nothing positive about this morning, and I'm positive about that.
Nala pulled out a scribbled-on handout and waved it triumphantly.
Philippians 4:8.
Do not read me a coloring sheet.
Finally, my brothers and sisters, always think about what is true. Think about what is noble, right, and pure.
Mom, make her stop bugging me.
No, this is good.
Think about what is lovely and worthy of respect. If anything is excellent or worthy of praise, think about those kinds of things.
Horatio just glared and checked out the lunch that Mom had packed.
Is this strawberry jam in my sandwich? You know I only eat apricot jam.
Over the next 2 hours, Horatio counted dozens of annoying things.
Number 1, this bus stinks like dirty socks stuffed with Cheetos. Number 2, the classroom door needs some WD-40. Number 3, Miss Watson is wearing yellow, and I hate yellow. Number 4, this pencil is making a giant callus on my finger. Number 5, group projects are still the worst. Number 6, it's way too hot over here.
And to make matters worse, Miss Watson had put Tish James in charge of the group. Ugh.
So, we get to do a report on Cape Hatteras Lighthouse. I'll write the history, and Jordan, you can paint a picture, and Horatio, you research stuff about the land and animals around it.
Number 7, Tish is super bossy.
Oh, and here's a picture of the lighthouse.
Tish held up a glossy photograph and Horatio opened his mouth, ready to complain about how boring lighthouses were. But he couldn't do it. Hatteras Lighthouse, spiraling into the sunset sky, was breathtaking. He could picture walking the beach and waves crashing as the warm light glowed overhead. And Horatio couldn't help hearing an echo of his little sister's voice.
Think about what is lovely and worthy of respect.
There it was, right in front of his face. Horatio found brand new thoughts forming in his brain.
Hey, that looks really cool. That's amazing.
It was as if a switch had flipped in Horatio's head. After seeing one good thing, he started to see more. Jordan had brought in some paintings he had done.
Number 1, Jordan, you are a really great artist.
Miss Watson helped Horatio solve some tough fractions by drawing a funny sketch.
Number 2, Miss Watson is a super creative teacher.
Mom had packed homemade cookies in Horatio's lunch.
Number 3, my mom makes the best chocolate chip cookies on the planet. Who wants to share?
By the time Horatio got off the school bus,
Number 4, Mr. Rob drove us right up to our house because of the rain.
he was actually smiling. Mom met them at the door.
Hey kids, how was school?
At that moment, Nala shook out her wet umbrella all over Horatio. And for a moment, Horatio frowned. Nala braced herself.
Sorry.
Number 5, I have a closet full of dry clothes upstairs.
Nala's eyebrows shot way up.
What happened to you?
Nothing. I just realized I've got some pretty great things to focus on.
So your day went okay?
Number 6, it was positively awesome.
Horatio beamed and ran upstairs to change his wet shirt. He had a lot of brand new lists to make up in his head.
The Apostle Paul wrote, "Finally, my brothers and sisters, always think about what is true. Think about what is noble, right, and pure. Think about what is lovely and worthy of respect. If anything is excellent or worthy of praise, think about those kinds of things." You know what that means? It means you're in charge of what you think about. Maybe you can't control every single thought that enters your brain,
Think about fish. You must think about.
but you can control the thoughts that you focus on. Yes, you can. Having integrity doesn't just mean you're honest with other people. It means you're honest with yourself too. And to do that, you need to try and focus on things that you know are true. Things like, God made you.
God forgives you. God loves you.
He loves you so much that he sent Jesus to die on a cross for you. And he's big enough to bring Jesus back from the dead. So he's bigger than all of the things that you and I worry about. So the one thing to remember from today is this. Focus on what's true. And if you ever feel like you can't control your thoughts, or if the voices inside seem too loud, talk to someone you trust about it. Find someone who will help you stay focused on the truth of God's amazing love for you. You know what? I'm gonna choose not to believe the voices that are telling me that I'm not any good. God made me. I am good. And then I'm going to try to give the best speech that I can. Bet you didn't see that coming, did you?
No. I mean, nope.
Yeah, I thought not. I'll see you around, everybody. I'll be thinking about you. Bye.
Hey everyone! Well, we're on our final week of talking all about integrity. Now remember, integrity is choosing to be truthful in whatever you say and do. And today we're gonna finish off this theme by talking about your thoughts. So to begin with, I want to try a little experiment. Now, here's what I want you to do. First, close your eyes. Are they closed? Okay, good. Now, imagine purple elephants. Just picture, not normal elephants, but an elephant that's purple. How they move, what they sound like. What's his name? Okay, you can open your eyes up now. So, what are you thinking about right now? I'm gonna guess that you're thinking about purple elephants, because I just told you, right? Okay, now stop thinking about purple elephants. Just stop. Got it? Just stop thinking about them altogether. Don't think about how purple they are. Don't think about how elephanty they are. Did you stop? Once something is there in your head, it's pretty hard to get rid of it, isn't it? Because I gave you the idea and I told you just to stop thinking about it. And you really can't do that, can you? But maybe if you were able to, you might have stopped by thinking about something else and replacing the original thought. And that's the trick, isn't it? To stop thinking about purple elephants, you have to replace that thought with something else. It's not enough to just stop thinking about it. So you have to start thinking about something different, like pink zebras or green camels. So it's one thing to do that with something silly like we just talked about, but it's another thing when it comes to other sort of thoughts. Maybe thoughts of fear or worry or sadness. Those thoughts aren't wrong, but they're not always very helpful to have. But I think we can all agree that we've all experienced some of those thoughts, haven't we? Kind of like that Bible story video that we just watched before this. In that story, the character Horatio had a lot of really negative thoughts that he was always going through in his mind. Have you ever had those kind of days where all you can think about is what went wrong and nothing good comes to mind? The question is, how can we train our brains to think about what's positive and true instead of the negative? And that's a great question, one that is really good to bring to the Bible. Because if you've been watching for a while now, you might realize that we get a lot of our answers from the Bible. In fact, there's a guy in the Bible named Paul who wrote a lot, and this is something that he talked a lot about in a letter that he wrote that we can find in the Bible. So check this out. I'm gonna give you 3 words. Ready? Fear, disappointment, and loneliness. What do these 3 words have in common? Well, my guess is that you've all experienced each of these things one time or another in your life, right? Maybe you can think of something right now where you felt fear or disappointment or maybe loneliness. But in addition to that, each of these words have the ability to consume our thoughts and become the thing that we focus on, even when they might not be true. So I want to read to you what Paul wrote in his letter. You see, Paul is someone in the Bible who most definitely experienced those things. Things that would cause him to feel fear, disappointment, and loneliness. And when Paul wrote this letter, these 3 ideas were definitely an option for him. You see, when he wrote this letter, he was actually imprisoned at the time. And while he was waiting to be freed, he wrote these letters. Letters that we get to read today. With all of this said, I would really expect Paul to be writing some sad, depressing things, right? I mean, he was definitely experiencing things like fear, disappointment, and loneliness at the time. So you would think that what he was writing had to do with those things. But check out what he wrote in this letter to the Christians living in Philippi. In Philippians 4, verse 8, it says, "Finally, my brothers and sisters, always think about what is true. Think about what is noble, right, and pure. Think about what is lovely and worthy of respect. If anything is excellent or worthy of praise, think about those kinds of things." Did you catch what Paul just said? In the midst of a situation that could easily cause fear, disappointment, and loneliness, Paul was not going to think about those things. Instead, what was he going to focus on? Things that are true, noble, right, pure, lovely, worthy of respect, excellent, worthy of praise. All of those things. This was what Paul encouraged others to focus on, and I'm sure that he himself was also choosing to do that. The same was true of Jesus. You know, when he faced the cross, it was easy to see that his circumstance was tough, and he didn't want to go through it. But Jesus knew what was true. He knew what his death was going to accomplish, and he knew that it was his purpose on earth. He knew that he would come back to life on the 3rd day because God told him. Jesus chose to focus on what was true, and he chose to trust his Father instead of focusing on the fear or disappointment or loneliness that he might have been experiencing. So, with God's help, we can also choose to focus on what's true. And today, I want you to think about this question. What do you tend to focus on? What kind of thoughts do you normally have going through your mind round and round? Kind of like in that Bible story video we watched, do you find yourself pointing out everything that's wrong and everything you don't like? Do you think about the things that you're afraid of or that you're angry about? Do you only focus on having fun even when you need to take something seriously? There's no right or wrong answer to these questions. Because when you know what you do tend to focus on, you can figure out how to replace those negative thoughts and instead how you can choose to focus on what Paul talks about in Philippians. So let's pray together and ask God for His help as we try and take the negative thoughts that we might have and to replace them with things that are true and noble and right and pure and lovely and worthy of respect and excellent and worthy of praise. Let's pray. Dear Jesus, thank you so much for your word and for the example you gave us to show us how we can live with integrity and we can be truthful in whatever we say and do. Help us to change our negative thoughts of disappointment and fear and loneliness. Help us to replace those thoughts with things that you think are good, things that you think are true and pure and lovely. God, we want to focus on those things because we know that it's what Jesus did, we know that it's what Paul did, and we know that it's what you ask us to do. And we know that when we do, our life will go so much better. So help us to change our focus and to choose to focus on the good instead of the bad. In Jesus' name, everyone said together, Amen. Awesome. Thanks so much for listening, guys. I will see you later. Hey guys, well, that's it for our Sunday vlog today.
Yep, it was so good to have you join us.
It was so good. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we hope that you enjoyed it. We hope you had some fun, and we hope you learned a bit more about integrity and what the Bible has to say and how you can live truthfully in whatever you say and do.
Awesome. Well, we have 3 questions to finish today's vlog with.
Yep. So our first question, these questions are for you guys to take with you after you finish watching, and maybe with your siblings or some friends, to take these questions and just have some discussion about it so that you can keep the conversation rolling and you can continue to think about what you learned today.
So good.
So our first question is, when you're daydreaming or just thinking your thoughts, what do you usually think about? Fun little thing to discuss.
Question.
What do you usually think about?
Music and computers and filming and technology. It all goes through my head. What about you, Carly?
I think about my kitten, and I think about how cute she is and how funny she is. But I also think a lot about food, you know? Like, when I'm just sitting doing something and my thoughts can kind of run wild, I'll often think about, like, what am I gonna eat for dinner tonight? What am I gonna eat for breakfast tomorrow? You know? Come on, don't tell me you can't relate.
I do have food in my mind too.
Yeah, we all think about that, let's be real.
Question 2. Why do we often focus on the negative instead of the positive?
It's a great question. Just like our Bible story video was showing us in that story, was that often it can be our first instinct to just focus on everything that's wrong and why everything's bad and negative.
Yeah.
So why is that our instinct?
Yeah.
And then the third question is, what are some ways we can train ourselves to focus on what's true? So brainstorm with your parents or your friends and think, what are some ways that I can stop myself from having those negative thoughts and feelings, and I can replace them with things like the Bible tells us, things that are true and pure and good, all of those things.
So good. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us for vlog number 33. We are a third of the way to 100 vlogs now. Can you believe that, Carly?
Wow.
Wow.
That's
only
crazy.
This twice again, all the vlogs we've done, and then we'll be at 100.
That's
Plus
a
one.
lot when you put it like that. That is a lot more vlogs that need to be done before we get to 100.
I think I worked it out. Vlog 100 is going to be like February 2022.
Oh, wow.
So not next year,
the one
but
after.
the one after.
That's
so.
a long ways
Yeah.
away. Who knows what the world will look like
Whoa. Anyways, we will see you guys
then. Thanks for watching.
next Sunday. Have a great week.
Bye.